Hello, not sure if someone is here. Let's see. Yo, what's going on? So, just the usual weekend type stuff. Need to do some uni stuff, so I'll be basically AFK for a few minutes. All right. I guess in those few minutes I'll be doing the usual update. So, let's start with the first things, obviously. Lunch yesterday, well, dinner yesterday. It was a Saturday, so I had, had dinner out, TGB, TGB, it's called The Good Burger. And they had a cheeseburger, kind of stale, a little bit stale. This place, like the bread is tasty because it's sweet bread, kind of. It's a kind of fast food, but a little bit upper class than McDonald's and thus more expensive. But yeah, the patty, I usually like it, but today it was a little bit stale. Then I had chicken wings. So good sauce, but a little bit, I don't know. The chicken was a little bit, not hard or something, but it was a little bit red in some places. And it didn't inspire a lot of confidence. So a little bit red in some places. Then I had the classic jalapeno bits, jalapeno cheese bits, which seems like they have less jalapeno every day, but they are still good and I still order them. Lunch. What did I have for lunch? Today. Okay, I'm going to put activities first. Activities. So yesterday I watched The Transporter. The first movie because of a tweet and because of a YouTube video. So I'm going to put this movie on my thread of movies that I have watched. I will do that today on this stream as well. Then today walked. Oh yeah, and I obviously hung out with my friends and yeah, that kind of thing. Played video games until played PUBG before. PUBG, and I don't recall watching something that still stands out to this day, I guess. Today walked and read. And thought, I guess, read. Thought. I thought of the topic of today's video. Well, of today's stream, this kind of suicidality thing. I was thinking about it in that sense. Not in a such way as in I want to kill myself or something like that. More as in what kind of things help towards that versus what kind of things don't help. And I was thinking it in context of a tweet and all of this. I didn't want to talk about this on stream, not because of the topic or anything like that, because I think it's a little bit of focusing on what I don't want to see more of, I guess. Not that I don't want to see more suicidality, whatever. That not because of the opposite, because that's obvious. It's like more of like the tweets I could ignore versus dwelling on them, right? I don't know. I think it's interesting, but I think it's interesting to see like why does this tweet bother me that much in that way, right? topic. And today for lunch, first like some soup of potato. I don't know, it's not a soup, but it's like a spoon dish, right? It's a dish that you eat with a spoon, but it's not exactly a soup. I don't know. And it had potatoes and like leek and carrots. Yeah, I don't know how to define it. I don't like it a lot, but it's like eating it. It's like the classic dish that is not appetizing to eat, but that once you eat it, it's all right. And then pavo, turkey. Turkey, I guess like oven baked turkey, I don't know. Oven cooked, roasted? Not roasted, I don't know. It's like turkey breast, I think. Well, it had like the some kind of bone, but I think it was like the breasty part and the bone was like, I don't exactly know what kind of part of the turkey it was. But yeah, turkey breast with kind of an interesting side dish. The side dish, it was grilled onion, and grilled, I think, I'm not sure if it's roasted. Let's see. It's either roasted or not grilled. It's like roasted slash how do you say? It's kind of grilled but in a pan. So like pan grilled, you could say, right? So like, or pan grilled onion plus pumpkin. So yeah, it was an interesting side dish. I think it was roasted, but for some reason it was served in a different. Maybe it was roasted in the same. I didn't see the cooking process, but yeah, that's basically the sum up of the things. I took the picture. I talked about lunch and what I did yesterday and all of this, and yeah, I watched the transporter. So that's what I wanted to do. Also, I wanted to write this transporter thread. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to open Twitter. Oh, by the way, I saw this tweet, and it's apparently Iggy Azalea has some like cryptocurrency, and she made this kind of strange party where they have like strippers or something. I don't understand this thing. And yeah, right now it's okay. That I didn't realize. F1 is the F1 Grand Prix. It's being right now, I think. Let's see. F1 Singapore. Isn't there like a live timing or something? Norris won. Interesting. Piastri. Whoa. Oh, okay. Piastri third? Verstappen second place. Ooh, interesting. That's crazy. Piastri third again. Piastri is like, yeah, fourth in the championship. That's crazy. Past Sainz. Crazy what McLaren did this year. I guess I was pretty out of the loop on Formula One lately, but yeah. So yeah, basically I saw this tweet, but this was not the point. The point was to go profile, home, dream car, cool stuff, quirky stuff, typing as I want, joking about the outcomes I want. Quirky. I think it's quirky stuff. Thread of movies I watched in 2024. Boop. Okay, here. 22nd of September. The Transporter. 2002. Wanted to watch the whole saga. Wanted to watch Transporter 2 because of the Audi W12. Because I watched this review. How do I check comments? Comments that I made. Comments I made on YouTube. Here. This one. I watched this video and I wrote this comment. Bloop. Regular cars video. First movie. It's like good action flick. It has like good scenes, right? It's like Luc Besson. Luc Besson is, I don't know. He does this well. I don't know. It's like he Europeanized Hollywood. He kind of mixes. It's like he mixes European settings with Hollywood in a dope way, right? In a dope way. And yeah, tonight I think I'll watch the second movie, Transporter 2. And yeah, I'm excited for it. I like the second movie the most. I recall a couple of scenes. Actually, the first movie has a lot of fighting scenes. It has a lot of fighting scenes. It's cool, right? It has like these fighting scenes that are very choreographed and very unrealistic, but that are I don't know, fun to watch and cool to watch. And he does a good, I don't know, he manages to place the character of Jason Statham, like Frank, into, I guess, good opportunities that remind you that you are kind of in France, because it's like a bus terminal and he has this iconic fighting scene inside of a bus using like bus elements. He does a good way of incorporating the environment into the fights in a way that's kind of compelling. It's like you can see what the character is going to use to fight next. And yeah, it's creative, right? I don't know. I like it. I like the movies. This one, at least. The car in this movie is the hero car is the 735i, which I don't know, it's pretty iconic because it establishes kind of the rules of this kind of transported universe, the rules that get broken, that kind of thing. I don't know. It's good. It's a good movie. I remember this iconic scene in the A8 that I'll talk about it tomorrow probably. There's always kind of also this element of like romantic element where he falls in love with the package, right? I don't know. Well, spoiler alert, there's a woman in the package, and yeah, there is kind of like this deception. I don't know. It seems like in that sense, right, in the character sense, it's not a great movie, right? The characters are a bit flat, but also decent for an action movie, right? It's like, yeah, I don't know. The girl is, I guess, too stereotypical in a way, but also not really. I don't know. It has this kind of subversions of stereotypes, playing to stereotypes. She's a liar, but she isn't. But she doesn't truly. But she lies. And also she. Yeah, I don't know. This kind of thing, right? She is very forward, but then she isn't. She can lie, but she can't. She can lie, but also lies to you. That kind of thing, right? Funny. Strange relationship, right? She literally gets kidnapped like twice or something, but she falls for the kidnapper. Toxic, right? That kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Taking that aside, it's like a fun movie in a sense, right? Then let me see if I can grab the tweets that I wanted to analyze, because I don't know, I had them in my mind, but let's go back to this. It was 11, by the way. It was 11 floors. Not this one. Let's see, maybe doing something like from Coscorro Drift. I remember it was Visa, from Visa Camp. This thing, right? I was thinking on how and why this tweet. I retweeted it, right? Because I agree with the sentiment and I know Visa, right? I have the context. This kind of thing. So, I'm thinking that I want to record a video about it, but I don't know what to say. Let's see. I was thinking basically of like this tweet's relationship to suicidality, right? Because I tried everything, right? It's an obvious, I guess. Maybe it's not obvious, but it's what I thought of, right? When you think I've tried everything, therefore it's over, right? It's like there's no point in trying more things, right? It's true that there is a thing, right? It's like probably people have only tried 3 or to 7 things, right? They have not literally tried everything that is possible to try in the world, right? But also, like, people aren't stupid, right? It's like people who try things can. It's like you don't need to try literally every mushroom. It's like you don't need to fuck every person, every guy to say I'm straight or something like this, right? Or you don't need to those kind of things, right? It's like you can extrapolate based on things. So it's like maybe 3 to 7 things that you have tried do disqualify you from some other things, right? And sometimes the one thing that you try, right? There is one thing that you try that makes you think, okay, I don't feel like the problem is in me, right? This is the thing, right? Thinking about suicidality from a tweet. I think this is the correct wording, right? It doesn't mean that I'm thinking of suiciding myself. Well, or suicide. I don't want to laugh. It's obviously funny to me, but like funny for the It's like the topic is not funny, but thinking about suicidality because of a tweet. With this, I don't mean that I'm thinking about like my own suicidality or something like this. I think I expressed it correctly, right? Suicidality in general. I don't know. It's not. If I was thinking about my own, I would say thinking about my own, or I would have said thinking about suicide, just like that, right? Then context about how I follow and interpretation. How interpretation is not intended, and then the actual thing, right? The actual thing, which is that people can extrapolate, and many times that's all right, right? Many times that's all right. That this tweet bothers me. Okay, that is, I think, the core of the issue, right? The tweet bothers me. Heavy topic, etc. Addressing a person, don't think he will watch it, but there's a chance. I mean, I could show the script here while I write the script, I guess. I'm not saying him a lot, right? I was thinking, right? I'm basically caveating my video, right? Because it's a heavy topic and all of this, right? And yeah, I want to be respectful and like just in case he actually watches it, because it could be a possibility, right? I want to say that, yeah, because it's like directly addressing his tweet, I don't want to be like inflammatory or anything like that, right? But because I don't think he will watch it, like happens with most of my videos, right? It's like, I don't know. It's just me thinking out loud, basically. But since it's like directly addressing and like someone, because of my procedure, right? Of my usual procedure. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to start. Let's see. Trans funeral. Book trans funeral. Okay. So a little bit of zoom. Thinking about suicidality because of this tweet. Well, first of all, I want to give an intro of this video to say that I think I've expressed it correctly in the title, right? Let me know in the comments if I did it wrong. But when I mean suicidality, as in general, I'm thinking of the concept in general, not about my particular experiences or anything like this, or like my own wanting to or whatever, right? It's not this. It's yeah, and also I think because of this tweet doesn't necessarily imply that I want to literally kill myself, right? Because of this tweet. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm clarifying it because I think that maybe the tweet can be, the title of the video can be read that way, but that is not what I mean. I think I have expressed it correctly, but maybe I haven't. I'm not a native English speaker. Many other caveats. I may have gotten it wrong. I don't know. I wanted to make a succinct title, so I have decided not to be like very wordy, but that can induce confusion. So, just in case, clarifying that part. Then also, more additional context. I follow Visa. This tweet will be me projecting significance onto it and projecting meaning and all of this. I assume that Visa probably had nothing to do with these reflections, and probably the context in which he had assumed his tweet could work was not the context I'm putting it into, right? I'm just thinking of it because I was thinking of the topic because of other reasons, right? But yeah, I'm projecting like what I was thinking about before the tweet because I'm reading a book that I will go into now. into this tweet and I related them together, but that doesn't mean that it's what he was trying to do, right? So yeah, just in case. So now, the actual thing, right? The thing with this tweet is that I have retweeted this tweet. Well, first of all, let's read it. I'm always fascinated by how people partition and label time in their minds. For a lot of people, forever always is 3 to 7 years. Similarly, I've tried everything. For a lot of people is I've tried 3 to 7 things. So yeah, as you can see, I liked and retweeted the tweet when I saw it, probably that same day, a couple of days ago. And the thing is that I liked the tweet, right, because it is true, right? The tweet tells you that many people say, I've tried everything, when what they actually mean is I've tried 3 to 7 things, me included. I give like some of my low-key me in my defense, blah, blah, blah. Right? Well, whatever. I related to this tweet, obviously, right? Because it is true, right? Sometimes you are like, I've tried everything. I don't know what else to do. But in reality, you have not tried everything. You have tried like maybe 3 things, 4 things maybe, and have failed, right? Maybe in job applications, you have sent 10, 20 job applications. Certainly, you have not sent every job application possible that is capable of being formed, blah, 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 right? But yeah, so it's like everything is a big concept. Don't use it lightly, right? So I get his meaning on the tweet, and yeah, I guess that he would say that it's not accurate. Therefore, it's like it's better if he has this this ongoing concept that he likes to talk about of like be precise with the words that you use, etc. Right? So it's like if you are being imprecise like that, it's like you can elevate things that are not true to positions where. Yeah, to the positions like everything to 3 to 7 things, right? It's like you are comparing these 2 things that are not accurate, so you are making the 3 to 7 things bigger than they actually are, right? It's like try to be, I don't know, to think of them in a realistic way. Try to stream in Deutsch, maybe. I thought of that, but maybe. But since I'm going to be taking so many Deutsch classes, I don't know. But yeah, aside from getting it, right, I like the tweet, blah, 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 but I also was bothered by it, right? I kept thinking about it in the next coming days in a way like it bothered me, right? I think it bothered me because of the context I was applying it in, right? I as I said in the beginning of the video, I don't think that he intended for this tweet to be applied in those contexts, but also it is supposed to be a tweet that brings you out of a small mindset, right, to see the reality of the world, right? And I think that this tweet does not work well for someone who is in that mindset, right? So if it is, I think, like it is, that is the fact that bothered me, right? This tweet bothers me because you can tell that even if it's not intended to take you out of that specific small mindset, which is like really small, of suicidality, right, versus, and it was probably meant to maybe take you out of like a creative block. It's like if you are creatively thinking, I've tried everything, when you are writing a novel, and yeah, and you have tried 3 things, maybe try 4th or a 5th or a 6th or a 7th, right? But because I was thinking of other things, I thought of it in like I've tried everything in life, right? I've tried every possible option in life, but the problem is that this tweet, I don't feel like it's helpful for that context, right? So that's why it was bothering me, because I'm not struggling with creative things particularly, I'm struggling with other things, right? Or I'm reading about people who are struggling about those things. So in my mind, the tweets was related to that context. And yeah, so the reason why this tweet bothered me in that sense is that I feel like it doesn't capture. It feels like it's not speaking to the people who it's supposed to speak, right? It's not talking in a way that you understand, I would say, right? It's like, yeah, the phrase I had in my mind, it's like, it's not meeting you where you're at. That's my gripe with the tweet. It's like if someone has tried, if someone is in the mindset where they feel like they have tried everything, is the reminder that they have tried 3 to 7 things something helpful or not, right? It's not that it's accurate or not. Is it helpful or not? And I kept thinking it's not helpful, right? I think it's not helpful. Maybe I mean it only. I talked about this particular suicidality context to contextualize it, but I don't know. I have a feeling that it extend. I don't want to say it's never helpful, right? Because I'm also, I don't know. It's like the similar thing. It's never helpful. Is something would say that for some. He said it's never helpful. For a lot of people, it's not helpful for 3 to 7 people, right? I don't know. It would be kind of the same thing. But I feel like it's. Yeah, he has this. His mindset is coming from some place of like, if it's helpful for you, take it. If not, leave it, right? I'm coming from a mindset where how can we make this thing the most helpful for the most amount of people, right? And in that second sense, I feel like this is not hitting the places where you need to be met at if you are struggling with with this concept, right? Yo, I'm back. I checked the speed of the stream, but no, it's not 2x. Oh fuck, the level of listening is going crazy. Yeah, I speak a little bit too fast sometimes. And yeah, basically going on this again, it's like, I think that the reason why this tweet bothers me because it's not, or the reason why I think it doesn't meet people where they are at is because I feel like someone who is in that mindset of like, I've tried everything, is thinking something like, okay, but even if you haven't tried everything, it's like people can extrapolate things, people can predict things, people can those many synonyms of this and be correct, right? It's like just because you have tried 3 to 7 things doesn't mean that you can't predict infinite amounts of other things that you will or will not like, right? It's like if someone claims they are straight, for example, and they have tried one guy and they have kissed him and they haven't liked this guy, it's like they can accurately predict that they won't like 7 billion guys, right? Well, how many guys are there in the world? 3.5, 4 billion, right? They can accurately predict that they won't like 4 billion people, right? It is, I don't know, it is something that you can do, right? And similarly with life events, right? It's like in the case of this, it's like it's not meeting people where they're at because obviously someone who has tried everything, it's like obviously someone who is in like this small mindset of thinking they have tried everything has not tried everything. Correct, right? It is true that they have probably tried only 3 to 7 things, but also it's not meeting them in the place where they are at because the reason why they think they have tried everything is because they have probably in some way correctly deduced that the problem is within them, right? They have deduced that they are the common factor of all of the problems that seem to arise and therefore arrive to the conclusion that the solution is this suicidality, right? That is kind of how I see this. So this thing of saying I have tried everything, blah, 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 feels like it's not meeting people where they are at in that sense, right? I don't know. That was what was in my head. Joder, cada vez los listening son más difíciles. And yeah, I was reading it because I'm reading a book. It's a novel, and there are like a lot of trans characters, and there is like one funeral. So they are at this funeral, and the character of the book kind of talks about it and her experience and how she thinks about it and all this, right? And she talks about like the person, how it was like not a close person that she knew, but like some adjacent person or something like this. And if you are a rap bass, meanwhile he's talking, it's like you listen to a rap song. Lol. And yeah, it's like a well-written book, so it doesn't, I guess, explain the motivations in this. It's like a secondary character, so they don't go heavily into like the motivations of the person who did it, etc. But it talks a little bit about the context, right? And thinking about the context, it's like this tweet came to mind. It's like, would this tweet help that person? I thought. And I was like, it probably wouldn't. I don't know. For some reason, it's like I knew it's like because the descriptions that they gave of the character that basically killed themselves was like something like, yeah, she thought she didn't have any friends, but she had, and like the friends murdered her or whatever, and she thought nobody loved her, and but many people did, right? Something like that. And yeah, I was like, so yeah, it's like, it's not that they have tried. It's like not someone who has that mindset of like nobody loves me or something like this is not thinking of it in terms of nobody actually knows me, right? It's like it's the problem causing the me being unlovable is like me, right? That is the root of the issue. It's not 3 to 7 things. It's not try another person, right? It's not let's try another thing, right? Oh, no, maybe the next thing will, because it's obviously another thing won't help because the problem is in the person who has to try the things. The problem is the I part, right? That is the problem. It's not the 3 to 7 things or the number of things that you could try. It's like, it's not like the 9th, 10th, 15th, 28th, or 37th thing is going to be of any help. The problem is in the I. It's like no matter how many things you throw at it, the problem will still be there. That is the point, right? That is, I feel, where it doesn't meet the person where it's at. It's like, if it should be like, for this tweet to be helpful in that sense, it would be something like, I don't know, it should address the I part rather than the other things, right? I feel like this, I'm not, like, again, I will repeat, in my opinion, it's not a helpful wording in this particular context, right? It's probably a helpful wording if you're a writer like him writing essays, or if you're maybe a musician who has tried 5 concepts for a song and actually the 8th or the 9th or the 12th concept are the concepts that are helping you or whatever, right? And basically that is kind of my take on this. And at the end of the video, I don't know if I should have put this as well at the beginning of the video, but I wanted to reiterate again that I know this is a heavy topic, and because I'm addressing Visa, like, again, I have said this like 3 times in the video, but I'm not saying that he did anything wrong for posting this tweet. I retweeted it, right? I distributed this harmful tweet to my audience, right? It's not harmful tweet, obviously, right? But I distributed this thing as well because I think it could help someone who reads it, right? I also think it could be helpful to someone. I'm not attacking anyone, by the way. I don't. Also, in case you are watching Visa, I don't think he's watching, but in case he's watching, because there is actually a chance, because of the way I post these videos, I always tweet the videos. I quote this tweet because I featured it on the video, so I quote it. Maybe there's a small chance that he watches it because no one actually watches my videos. They have like all 5 views, and I quote many tweets. No one actually cares. I have checked the statistics. Very few people actually watch until the end in the recent videos. So yeah, that is why I'm taking the liberty to make a video like this talking about this kind of this topic, because I guess no one will watch it. But just in case there is a slim chance that someone watches it, please don't think I have done it to talk badly about Visa or whatever, right? No, that's not the case. I simply was jumping off his tweet to talk about this book I was thinking about and these topics that are interesting and that I think, and how to also help on his mission of like use language better. But in this case, instead of more accurately or whatever, in a more helpful way to the purposes that you could have with maybe a tweet like this, right? I don't know. Just airing thoughts out loud. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Maybe one of the 5 is Visa. Who knows? Yeah, actually, that is probably true. If you talk about the thing that Kurt Cobain did a few weeks ago, a content creator often OnlyFans, she committed suicide, she had boyfriend, money, family, friends, but she wasn't happy. Yeah. Yeah, also August Ames, porn star also, she also killed herself. I don't know why I don't say the word, because I don't know, it's like I don't mind saying it. I just think YouTube will cut me. Yeah. So yeah, this was the video. This was the topic of the video. As you can see, I tweet about random shit all the time, and as you can see, yeah, it barely gets views. Plus, like these views, 46 views, probably not real 46 people that have watched the whole thing, right? The whole thing, maybe it's like at 2%, more or less, right? It's like maybe from 2 to 15% is the percentage of the people who actually watch till the end in my videos, like more or less, not the average, but like some values of percentages that people have watched of my videos until the end. 0 is a common percentage as well, right? So as you can see, some videos, state update of September, then a video talking about pejoratives, offense, and humor. No one fucking cared about this video, obviously, right? So it's like I don't mind making these videos, but since this video was concretely addressed to this tweet of Visa or whatever, I wanted to be a little bit more careful just in case, right? Yeah, plus, as Hanio said on stream here, maybe Visa is like one of the actual 5 people watching it, because it's like literally in his timeline, maybe. So who knows, right? But yeah, you can watch some of these videos. Let's see. Tangentially related to the topic, not to suicidality or whatever. It's like more meta related to this video, in the sense that it's a video with a strange title. This one, called Addiction, also fits this same bill, right? It's a video where the title is not related to the video itself, and there are issues because of it, right? I think this could be a video that is interesting to watch next. So yeah, thank you for watching. Goodbye. That was a goodbye for the video. Now I will upload the video and all this. Yeah, but she had a lot of Twitter fights and she felt pressed. August Ames, I mean. Yeah, that is also true. Win 2. How is this called? Today is 2024 0922. This video is the last one, 500 kilobytes. Thinking about suicidality because of the tweet. Let's see. Caveat 1. Context about how I follow Visa. And no, this isn't his intended interpretation. Actually, that is caveat 2. Caveat 2. Caveat 1. That's right. Caveat 1. Not talking about side, but the thinking about my own thoughts, just like about the concept and mind state. Then the actual thing, the tweet irks me. 0.27. Zero one 01. $48. Reading the tweet. So something about it bothered me. You said yesterday that you will stream today, but not the rest of the week, and just on the weekend probably. Is that still the case? Yep. I think so, yeah. Yeah, default, yes. Unless like I get kicked out of the German course or whatever, then I will probably make a stream about it. But yeah, no, I won't stream. Except what I said yesterday of like the furtive stream of the class, right? That I will also do. I will do, not sure if tomorrow or on Thursday or other days, but I will. I want to do it at least once. But yeah, I will also probably not do every class every day, and just like once or maybe twice if the first time I do it doesn't go right for some reason. Yeah. I just wanted to double check. Yeah. If the next Sunday I don't work, wanna come to Nava to see items and maybe buy something from World War II. I don't know. Depends on what time. outro. Okay, I could link the tweet obviously, so bloop, bloop, bye. Tweet. I saw a couple of weeks ago a MK2 of USA and I felt in love. What's an MK2? In my mind, that's so random. And some Deutsch items. Lol. What's an MK2? This, a grenade. Mark II grenade. Lol. Añadir video. Which one did I say? Addiction, right? Un video específico. Addiction. Grenade, yes. I think it's a gun. Okay, when I googled MK2, I got cars, so it was way off, I guess. Only 25 euros. Nice. Just decorative, I guess, right? Let's see. Boop. X. Okay. So, are you into WW2? Yep, there's a place in Nava with a lot of WW2 items. Which one? How's it called? Nava cerrada 2GM. Why do I use Bing? Este mercadillo de antigüedades de Navacerrada. But looks cool and the one chrome that shines so much. Lol. Mercadillo. Entretenido sin cosas de gran valor. Todos los domingos aunque llueva. Más de movidas, mecheros antiguos, botes y cosas del tierra. Nice. Many things, lighters, or like old lighters, toys, and war stuff. Bro. Mejor que el rastro. Wow. Restaurante rompecapo. Chero que vinci. A la gente como ya no fuma, bueno, fuma menos. People don't smoke anymore, or they smoke less, so... So, yeah, I think I'm ending stream. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Hanio, Christian, Capo, and the third unknown person. And goodbye. ¿Nunca has ido? No. He ido al rastro. Al de aquí, al Guadarrama. Bye.